Today I'm going to give you 5 ways you can make your car battery last as long as it possibly can.
So Scotty has a ton of videos on his channel about car batteries. He has videos about picking a new battery. He has videos about maintaining your battery and fixing batteries and all this stuff. Just look at them all. Going. Look, even more. And they basically all say the same thing. He just gets louder over the years.
Get a screwdriver and pop the top off the battery to look inside. You just pop the top off and look inside. Style batteries, they got tops you can take off and you can look inside and check the water level.
But recently Scotty has a new video out that says something like, doing this will make your car battery last twice as long, or some clickbaity title like that. So let's go through this and see what he says.
Now, if you don't use your car much, it's a good idea to get one of these battery tender type things. What it does is, you hook it up to the battery, and it does a little trickle charge, and then every once in a while, it takes a little energy out of the battery, so it's like exercising the battery so it stays strong.
Okay, that's not how a battery tender works at all. First, a trickle charger is different from a battery tender. They're two completely different things, and neither of them take energy out of the battery. So a battery tender just monitors the voltage. Once it drops below a certain level, it'll recharge it. A trickle charger just continuously applies a small charge. And you don't have to exercise a battery. Maybe Scotty thinks that muscles are inside the battery. Maybe that's why he thinks some cars are called muscle cars.
Now the next thing to ensure that your battery lasts as long as it can is make sure you have the correct battery in your car in the first place. As you can see right here, this battery has a cold cranking amps rating of 700 cold cranking amps. Originally, it came with a 500 cold cranking amp battery. But since I don't put that many miles on it, I kept having to replace the stupid batteries every couple of years. But when I switched to the 700 cold cranking amp battery, I haven't had to replace this one for 5 years so far.
Okay, so just upgrade parts?
A lot of times, you're actually better putting a better battery in than the one that it came with.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I know a lot of guys say, hey Scotty, well, when they make the cars, they put a small battery in it. Isn't that the way it's supposed to be? No, that's just because it's cheaper to make a car that way. And of course, they weigh a little bit less, the cheaper batteries. And you get like 1/1000 some mile better gas mileage for the few pounds you save.
Wait, this is coming from the guy who shuns anything that reduces gas mileage? Lifted trucks, run flat tires, a nice car?
But it's mainly because it's cheaper to make them that way.
So Scotty's battery lasting longer doesn't have anything to do with the cold cranking apps. He just upgraded his batteries. That would happen anytime you go from a factory battery to an upgraded battery. Notice he doesn't say anything about which battery he got. It could have been a $300, $400 battery. Who knows? And cold cranking amps just deals with the amperage at cold temperatures. Scotty, he lives in Houston. So now he goes on about checking the battery acid level, which he does in all of his battery videos. Now he doesn't show how to refill it in this video, but check out his other videos, it's hilariously awful.
You can add distilled water when it gets low and these batteries will actually last longer.
Whoa, dear Lord, Scotty. First of all, could you be more careless? Also, put on some gloves, that's dangerous. So if you're trying to teach noobs about this, which your channel's geared towards, you should really tell people to put on gloves, wear eye protection. Come on, Scotty. You act like you're teaching people who know nothing about cars how to do this, but you won't teach them basic safety. And just pour it in? No, use a funnel. You're spilling it everywhere. You could splash battery acid on your skin, on your clothes, or on your car paint, and that's bad. And better than just filling it up, tell them to use a hydrometer. So earlier in this video, he tells people to get a $50 meter to check the alternator.
Mechanic, 3 minutes to check your alternator. You can even buy one of these top-down checkers yourself, like 50 bucks or so.
But you won't tell them to get a $10 hydrometer? That's something they'll use much more. So in this same video, he says some more inane things about batteries.
Now years ago when I was young, batteries didn't cost much. You could get them for 35 bucks, so it was no big deal picking out a battery.
So Scotty says he's been doing this for 51 years, but this is an older video, but actually in the description, the year is all over the place. In 2019, he says 51 years. In 2015, he says 49 years. In 2009, he said 45 years, so he's exaggerating somewhere. But anyway, this video came out in 2017, and let's assume he's talking about 1969 picking up a $35 battery. That would be about $237 now.
They're not giving them away.
Well, that's actually cheaper, and I guess Scotty doesn't understand inflation.
When I was a kid, we had batteries naked. They were vacuum sealed. We'd break the vacuum seal, then fill them with acid when a customer needed a battery. Today at the factory, they're filled with acid, so they start to deteriorate the minute they're built and acid is put in.
They didn't change because they were trying to screw you over. They changed because most people like to purchase and install the battery there at the store and leave the old battery behind. The other way around was such a hassle. You would have to wait around for it to charge before you can install it. Nobody wanted to do that. And they typically aren't on the shelves that long. Not long enough to matter. And that's why they have them dated. And they're usually a high volume item at the store, so they don't sit around for too long. A month, maybe two, sitting on the shelf, it's not going to matter that much in the grand scheme of things. I'd like to give a special thank you to my newest Patreons. You can also join for less than 5 cents a day and get access to some super secret videos. The link is below. Thank you very much.